Here's a full match as the Burn Condition Willbender, which is more of a DPS playstyle. You want to be in those big fights and doing plenty of damage. And what's nice about this build compared to a core or a dragon hunter build is that with those other builds, you have to decide, do I want to get my passive burns or do I want to use the F1 ability for some utility or burst damage? But with the Willbender, you don't have to choose because your burst ability is tied to your passive effect, because the Willbender flame passives only activate when you activate the skill. So it does fit a more PvP conducive playstyle with Willbender, and yeah, it feels pretty good because usually Burn Guardian is easier to play around because it has no mobility, and this build does have mobility. And it's also pretty decent in team fights too, because you can cleanse conditions off of your allies. As you could see there, I use Save Yourselves, and then I immediately use the F2 because you get all those conditions on you from your teammates, and then you usually just die. But with the Willbender F2, which cleanses all of those movement inhibiting conditions, and then with the Virtues trait, cleanses even more, so you just save yourselves and then F2, and then you're fine. But we do get taken out here before I can disengage to my base because we had tried to leave that losing fight there. Their team does have 2 supports, and this is Legacy of the Foe Fire, so that is going to be difficult for us to, their composition is much more favored on this map. So that is unfortunate. But for a build to be viable, it needs to be able to at least function in unfavorable situations. So if it's just good when it's good, well, anything can be good in situations that it's good in. Something has to be able to survive bad situations as well. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, as I was saying, the normal core and dragon hunter builds, they do lack a lot of the mobility that the Willbender has, and that's pretty nice. Another thing is also this build has the utility skill there on my E. It's an evade, and then the F2 is also an evade. So essentially in larger scale fights or outnumbered situations, you have a lot more survivability because, an Aegis or block is not as useful as an evade. And that allows you to survive being focused. Whereas like if I'm playing a core guardian, you just get focused and you're dead, right? Unless you've got support. So this is really nice because it allows you to survive those outnumbered situations where you're not favored. And this is also a pretty bad situation for us because this Tempest is actually running a really strong build. It's called Fire Tempest, and it has Smothering Auras, which makes you cleanse a condition every single time you get an aura. And against the Guardian, that's all they really need, 1 cleanse, because, burn is my main condition. I don't have a lot of cover condies. So that is kind of an issue, is fighting Tempest, where they have so many cleanses over time, and it's just the perfect right amount of cleanse. So this is a very bad matchup. We probably don't want to be here. So yeah, ideally we would just leave. But the thing is, right, due to comp, they already have a support in the other places. Now, if we were fighting their support guardian, it'd be a lot more feasible to get the kill because support guardians are giving cleanses still, but it's easier to get their cooldowns out. Whereas the Tempest is really never ending their cleanse. So yeah, this is a bad situation. And because we were outnumbering them for so long, now I'm outnumbered when my teammate rotates out. So I have to try to kite here with the F3, the Courage, and my Sword Port. I'm trying to get out. My Mesmer is coming back in because they can't really 1v1 by themselves. They need to be coordinating with me, and I should be coordinating with them. But I have no cooldown, so I have to go up the jump puzzle here and try to just survive. Now the Untamed is still shooting me from below, so I'm trying to line of sight, but yeah, they can still shoot me from below. And I have to get off or I'm just going to die because I'm running out of the cleanse there. I'm out of my virtues. I'm getting my elite soon though, so that's good. I'm going to have to use I'm going to probably use my elite here very soon because I am really low on health. Now, I do get a decent amount of regeneration because the F2 usage is very high. So I get a bit of regeneration on this build. I get interrupted there, so I have to kite out. Unfortunately, you usually want to use your Crashing Courage aggressively, not defensively like that, but the versatility is nice. And I get the decap, so that's pretty good. And I'm going to go in for the F1 here. Yeah, we're on different targets here, so maybe I should be on the same target as my team here. But I am getting jumped on by the Willbender, so yeah, I'm just trying to kite this entire time and survive. I tried to jump dodge that, but I failed. So I go up the terrain here and try to survive. Yeah, I get pulled, and I've literally got no cooldowns now, so I have to just stay up here. I see that they get the Untamed down, so I can jump down now that I've got my heal skill up and just port to them and finish that off. And I'm just going to leave my ally there with that. I get immobilized, but that's fine because I've got my F2 to remove immobilize. And yeah, the Willbender's still chasing me. So I'm just trying to kite, juke, and my teammates are, they're actually, one of them died there against, I'm not sure what happened there, but maybe I can help them get the kill on the Guardian here. And yeah, I'm just juking around, just using the ports constantly to get out of range while still potentially doing some damage for my teammates. And you know, it's more of a roamer playstyle that I'm playing here, but it is a DPS build if ideal situations allow it. So we get the immobilize on their Willbender, and they're probably going to go down. They're getting a little bit, yeah, they're getting support now by the Tempest. So yeah, the double support comp is just going to be very hard counter to me. So we're going to go into the Untamed here maybe. We're just going to look for a target with our team. No one is really targeting, and that's my fault as well. I should be targeting, but yeah, the Untamed is really low. So we're going to get that down. I'm going to try to go for the... Yeah, we actually rally them instantly, so that's unfortunate. But I am going to use my Save Yourselves and go invulnerable so I don't instantly die to any of those conditions that I've gained. And I'm just trying to kite here and survive. I use my F1 for mobility while on targeting. And actually my Mesmer just bursted the guy that was chasing me, so that's really nice. And we've kind of got a... You know, we lost mid, but you know, we've got a 2 cap now, so we're kind of making a comeback. We're still down 200-ish points, but now we've got a favorable position on the map, so this is pretty good. Now the Untamed is coming in, and I want to, yeah, they just double dodge, so I want to go in on the kill here. I use my torch. They're just running with the super speed there, so I can't catch up to them. And I see that, yeah, one of them is respawning. So I'm going to be in a 1v2 here, and that's fine because if I survive, then we can actually probably get the rest of the map and allow my Mesmer to maybe get something done there. But actually my Mesmer came back, so we're in a, is that 2 different players? Yeah, it's the Willbender and the Untamed, yeah. And we're in a 2v2 and kind of splitting our targets. Maybe we need to be on the same target, but I am trying to hold the node because the timer is going to be an issue this match because we haven't really scored much until this point. So I was trying to greed for the node, but I should have been on the target with my Mesmer. But we did get the kill anyways. And now I'm going to head into mid, and our Untamed is not looking to do so well in this match. They're down again, and there's not much I can do there to prevent them from dying. So I'm probably just going to stall until one of them tries to go into home, and then I'm going to just try to hold home because we've got 2 cap. We don't need to stay in this team fight necessarily. Their core guardian is maybe a focus target here, but yeah, I want to prevent that decap, so I'm going into far. And yeah, their Untamed is back, so do I want to be in a 1v2? Not really, but I kind of have to because we don't really have a duelist to do that job. So I'm going to take the 1v2 here, and yeah, it's dangerous because yeah, the Untamed, well, I killed a pet, so that's kind of nice. That's one thing that's really good about Burn Guardians, is it's kind of good versus Ranger pets. But yeah, I have to be very careful here because you know, I'm not really a duelist. I don't have that much sustain. I do land a really good burst on the Guardian here, and we get them down, but I kind of just use all my cooldowns, so need to get our, we probably should have used the F1 sooner there because that's where most of the damage comes from, but we got the burst anyways, and I'm getting CC'd a lot, and they're actually using search and rescue, which I wasn't expecting, so I wasn't ready to cleave fast enough there. So that's unfortunate that they get the res again, because I was pretty sure that we'd have that 1v2. But yeah, I was not expecting the search and rescue, or whatever that was. And yeah, now I'm just really out of cooldowns. I can't afford to cleave a third down state there. So I'm just going to probably leave this. Yeah, I have to leave at this point. So I use my F1 to get out, and my F2 is coming soon. So I'm going to use that, and we just leave. So the Guardian is low, but I can't really chase that with 2 health. So we're gonna go back into far probably once I get my health back. But yeah, my teammate just died, so we're not in a good spot here. Maybe I can CC them and get the res, but yeah, there's no way because my Mesmer actually went for the decap. So stalling this is actually pretty good so we can get that decap. But yeah, I have to try to survive here. I use my evade there, which is really nice to help me survive that burst. And I port around to juke, and I actually survive the last tick of burn with 39 health. I'm getting chased by a staff core guardian. I could actually die to that with no health here, but we're gonna survive. And I mean, we're actually pretty close now. We have a 100-point disadvantage, but we're coming back. But we did just lose that fight at far, and we're getting decapped at mid, so this is very unfortunate. Now I go for the decap at our home node, and I might go for the full cap because we kind of need points, but we also need to prevent them from getting points. Now I see their Tempest is coming in, and this is probably one of the worst matchups, so I really don't want to be here, so maybe I should leave. But then if we let them get this node, then we lose as well. So it's kind of like at this point in the match, there's really nothing we can do because I have to be in too many places and our team is already kind of dying. So yeah, this is pretty much going to be over. But if you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe for more, and check out the links in the description where you can find more PvP builds. And, I will see you all next time.